What's going on, draft geeks, draft nerds, draft virgins? It's your boy DMV back with another one. We're going to talk about three of my pet cats in this upcoming draft. But before you do anything else, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think about the prospects. And if there are any of your pet cats out there that you're looking at, some of your traits, some of the things that you like about some of the running backs that you were able to look at. And as a draft community, we can get better as a whole. So let's dive into the film study. Since YouTube was hating on me, well, not YouTube, some other media group was hating on me trying to get out this Jase McClellan film, we're still going to talk about him. He's actually my favorite prospect of the running backs in this draft. So we're going to, normally everybody, they start with the other guys and they go back to their favorites. We're going to start with my favorite here. And before we do that, we're going to let Nick Saban tell you about this prospect. And then I'm going to tell you some of the things that I noticed when I watched film.
Yeah, this follow-up question for him. I mean, he's getting those tough yards for you guys. How much of that is skill and how much of that is mindset?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. I think people who have skill, if they don't have the right mindset, they don't ever play to the potential of what their skill is. And Jase is tough. He's physical. He can make you miss. He's got a burst. He's a good receiver. He's a good blocker. I think it's a combination of both.
Goat Saban is right. I think that he's the total package when it comes to a running back. Now, he's not going to get the notoriety that Jonathan Brooks is getting, that Trey Benson is getting, that Blake Corum is getting, but he's the entire package. He was a guy that backed up Jahmyr Gibbs last year, and oftentimes when I watched Jahmyr Gibbs last year, I thought that it was him. So I'm like, oh, wrong guy. But they have a lot of the same traits. The only difference is Jahmyr Gibbs was a 4-2 guy. This is more of a 4-5 type guy right here. He's a tough runner. He has good vision, good feet, understands the flow of linebackers. Excellent feet drive, driving through contact. He's a leg churner. That's what we call a leg churner guy that you could tell that he works on his craft. He understands what the position is. The only knocks that I really have against him is that you don't really see too much pass blocking from him. You see a lot of, flares, a lot of check, then, check downs and stuff like that. So Alabama didn't ask him to do that. These are the same knocks that we had against Jahmyr Gibbs last year, and you see how he turned out as a day one guy. I think that this is a guy right here that could come in as a running back too, because of where he'll be slotted, probably in the middle rounds, a day 2 guy, maybe day 3. But he could offer an excellent impact to your running back room if you draft him. Let's talk about Ray Davis. When you watch his tape, man, it jumps out at you, right? From Kentucky. He's an explosive back. Now, in a draft class where we're not expecting these running backs to be fleet of foot, we're not expecting these running backs to run very well. He's a 4-4 running back. He has the burst. He has the drive. He has the ability to dictate flow when he's looking at linebackers and what he's seeing. He has the ability to finish runs. He has the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. He can do everything you need a running back 1 to do. If there's a running back 1 in this draft, it's this guy right here from Kentucky. 5'10", 216 pounds. All right? This guy right here is going to make a team very, very happy when they draft him. The only knocks that I have against him is that he's been in 3 schools during his time. And you're going to find that a lot with these prospects nowadays, with the NILs going on, with COVID happening. He started out at Temple, went there for a few years. Then he went to Vanderbilt for a few years. But he stayed in the SEC because he wanted that comp. So I'm never going to knock a running back or any player that wants more competition. But that's why he went to Kentucky. And he was, man, some of those games. You can look at his stats and they'll tell you that. But the guy had 280 yards against Florida. That has to mean something. And then when you watch his games, you watch him play, you watch his traits, watching him press the line of scrimmage, watching him finishing runs, you watch him in pass protection, you know what I'm saying, blow people up, he makes you excited to watch that prospect. So Ray Davis, and I'm not going to take credit for that. The draft show put me on to Ray Davis. Brian Broaddus, Aisha Morrison, those guys put me on to Ray Davis, and I watched and I was excited. I hope you guys are too. And last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about Braelon Allen, the running back from Wisconsin. Hey, he's your Derrick Henry at home running back that I've been telling you about on Twitter. 6'2", 245 pounds. I don't think he's gonna be that fast, but my guy is somebody that runs through contact, very, very physical when he's running. Big, imposing runner. That's what I have on my notes that I'm looking at right now. Does a good job of reading flow. I'm not gonna say that he's the best at reading flow. And here's the thing though. He's not a finished product. He's only 20 years old. So the other running backs I talked about, they have more experience than he does. He's 20 years old. He can be imposing as a pass blocker, but some of the times he shows some inconsistency there. I think he could be coached up on it because he sometimes he'll stonewall the people. Then sometimes he'll get caught lunging or something like that. I think it's a matter of technique that he could be coached up on, but I think he's an every down back. He's a guy that shows some ability to catch the ball in the flats, catch the ball in check downs and things like that. But he uses leverage very, very well when he's running. Leg turner, you're not going to bring him down with one guy. You're not going to bring him down with one tackler. You know what I'm saying? Like, he uses that 245 well when running. I wish he used it a little bit more in the pass blocking game, but I think that he's going to be a guy when the weather gets cold. He's going to come downhill, and your linebackers are going to have to make a decision. Do I step in and fill his gap? Or you know what I'm saying? They're going to have to make some decisions, some business decisions. He has some fumbling issues, but again, 20 years old. That seems more of a coaching thing, teaching him how to, high and tight. That's not something to say, oh, well, he's a fumbler, because that can be fixed. We're talking about the pedigree of the player. The pedigree of this player, he's a player right here. He's going to step in. Could he be a day one back? Possibly. Just depends on the system. Some of the times his reads could be a little slow when bending back, but outside of that, I mean, I really like the kid, and I think that he could be a very good player at the next level. And that's what I got for you guys today as far as my pet cats goes, as far as running backs go. Let me know who your pet cats are, why they're your pet cats in the comment section, and I'll take a look, man. Let's share data. You know what I'm saying? This is my notebook right here. This is where I'm keeping all of my draft notes and stuff like that. So, also, man, let me know how you guys keep your draft notes and how you're going along in the process too. Like I said, we all can make each other better. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. But if we share the information, if we're all informed, then hey, we're a better community. Appreciate y'all, man. And I'm out. Peace.